titles.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Well, Tracy went outside to try and tidy the backyard up and paint that fence, but it started to rain.
Yeah.
As it does nowadays. Mind you, I was watching Stephen Lorna's video on, wait a minute. Oh, dear me.
Are you trying to think at
The
name of
name
them?
of that.
Name of where they are.
No, their channel.
Their channel. Oh dear.
Oh.
Well, you listen to that many channels. I don't think I'd know what it was right now. Oh well, we'll tell you later when we remember.
Yeah.
Instead of them winning an hour in here.
They've been in Wales since October, and they were saying on the last video that they've had a day a week of sunshine.
1 day a week.
And rest of the time it's rained.
Oh. Oh.
Had loads of rain. Well, not quite as bad as that.
Yeah. No. Where we've
Why
been.
can't I remember their video? Oh my God.
No.
Wandering by choice. Wandering by choice. Honestly. We up to tell us today, Tracy.
I hope to tell you. Not that I can think of at the moment. Something might pop into my head as we're chatting. As you're chatting. Have you got aught to say?
I could tell them that story about a ghost.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you know the
That's a good
guy who did Coast on television, that series? I can't remember his name, Scottish chap. Well, he has a channel on YouTube and I watch him. He done it in a travel programme. It's, it talks about the state of Britain. Don't mince words either. But yesterday he did something different and he told a story. And I thought it was fascinating, this story. So I thought maybe you'd like to hear it. And it was about his agent. His agent had a friend whose mother was 80 years old and was invited to a party. And she went to this party and she was listening to a conversation that a couple were having about having to move house because their house was haunted. And she thought it was quite interesting, what they were saying. And she said, well, what actually happened to make you do something so radical as sell the house and move out? And they said that occasionally when they went into the dining room to have a meal, they'd see this image of this young woman in tears, floods of tears streaming down her face, and that she would walk to the fireplace, face the fireplace and bang her head on the wall over the mantelpiece until it bled. And then the image would disappear. And it apparently, they said it did it a few times. And it really unnerved them. That's what made them sell the house. And the lady said, where was this house? And they told her the address. And this lady says, well, I lived at that house in the 1940s and it was never haunted then. And the couple said, well, it sure is haunted now. She never said any more at the party, but when she got home and she saw her son, she related this story that in the 1940s, when she lived there with her 2 children, who were quite young, her husband was he was in intelligence fighting in the war, and he was stationed abroad at the time. And I don't know whether, I can't remember in the story whether she said he phoned or he wrote to her requesting some documents that he needed that were in a box upstairs in the bedroom. And would she post them to him? So she went upstairs and got looking for these documents that he mentioned in the box, and she come across these letters from another lady, and she realised that her husband was having an affair, and it really upset her. And she said that for 3 days I did not but cry, and I did walk over to the fireplace and bang my head against the wall over the mantelpiece. And that was in the 1940s. So this apparition was of this lady.
Yeah, the old lady.
Who was still alive. So it wasn't a ghost as such. It was something like, it was like if someone with a perfume, strong perfume, had been in a room and left, and it'd leave behind the fragrance. Or if somebody had, say, been smoking a cigar in that room and they'd left, and you walked in that room afterwards, and you could, there was the smell of that person's cigar left in the room, and it was like that. And I read the comments underneath, and one of the comments said that time is not linear, and if we understood that, it would completely explain that
incident.
Wow. And someone else said that time is like an onion that has layers that you peel off.
Yeah, different.
What do you think?
Yeah, because anybody would think it were a ghost, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They wouldn't. If it hadn't been for her hearing the story, you know, they wouldn't have known that
the person that they were seeing was still alive.
Yeah, not a ghost.
And some kind of energy had been left there from that emotional, that distressed condition she were in.
Yeah.
All these years later. What, 60 years later?
Yeah.
Fascinating story.
I'd like to know what happened with her husband.
Oh. You're interested.
Whether he...
Right. Oh, well.
She confronted him when he come home and...
Oh, well, that's another thing.
That's another story.
You didn't go into that.
No. You got out planned for today?
I haven't.
No?
I wondered about going and getting that container with washers in it and see if I could fix that. In the bath, in our bathroom.
Oh yeah, we got
there's
a drip.
A pipe that goes round to a shower that you can use for from the taps, and it has a leak. When you turn, there's a lever at the front, and it goes one way for the taps into the bath and another way for the shower head. And when you put it on that way for the shower head and turn the tap on, it leaks out. So I thought I might see if I could
have a look at that.
Have a look at it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Other than that,
you haven't got out planned.
No.
And I haven't, apart from feeding Ernie.
it's funny, but I've come down yesterday and I got a banana, and I peeled this banana and I was eating it, and I was walking past Ernie's Bavarian, and Ernie saw me and stopped and looked up, and I just stood looking at him eating this banana. And then he went to his bowl to see if there were anything new in his bowl. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're not supposed to give them bananas, but you can get their round pellet food, and it's banana. So I don't understand that.
No.
I think they can eat plankton, but is it plankton?
I don't know anything.
The other thing that looks like a banana but isn't a banana. But I don't think they can eat banana. I think I've read it on the list that we have. Not sure. I mean, he does like a bit of fruit.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
A bit of strawberry and a bit of melon.
Yeah. Did he eat that melon you gave him?
No, not all of it. He had a bit.
All right.
No. I give him some carrot and ordinary lettuce. He likes that. But there's no nutrients in lettuce for him. But he likes to eat it. So, he's been having kale and mixed lettuce leaves. So,
You know, when I'm at Tracy's, when I'm out in the van, I walk a lot. Always going for walks. But when I'm here, I don't.
I don't know. You don't have to do some mileage on that landing and steps.
Well, I walk up and down the landing upstairs. And what day is it today?
Sunday.
Friday, I did 15,000 steps.
Walking up and down landing.
I think I did 12 or 13 yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I walk up and down there thinking.
Thinking. He puts his thinking cap on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way of thinking, is walking. And I was thinking about you, because somebody commented on what you said about me in my donkey jacket and my quiff.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, I still have an absolutely crystal clear image of Pat when I met her at the Mecca. It would have been, probably a Sunday night. I was home on leave from Germany, and we made a date for the following day, and that's when you saw me.
Yeah,
in the donkey jacket.
Yeah.
We arranged to meet at the Marion Centre, and all right, Pat told you what she saw, but what I saw was this beautiful girl with this really blonde hair. Your hair were really blonde.
Yeah.
And it was all hung down at her shoulders in ringlets. And when she saw me coming, she cocked her head to one side and
I'm not sure whether it were you.
She said, "Hello." I think my knees nearly buckled. It's just, and I could still, she had this camel hair coat on. I still see it as clear as day, that image. Yeah.
Same colour skirt, and it had checks on it.
Yeah,
didn't it? Like
yeah.
Little squares.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Was it a wrap?
No,
that
one wasn't a wrap around now. I don't think so. No. I don't remember. And black shoes. Oh God, just them shoes. They were patent leather, weren't they, with a little strap across the front, and they had like a silver going in them.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I liked them. They were lovely. They were, one didn't have an heel on, they were a flat. Just a little...
Little heel?
Little heel. Yeah.
Wow.
But you'd had a suit on the night before, so I wasn't sure whether it were you, and your hair were a little bit different, because you had this quiff up front. Because she had to have it short, didn't you?
Yeah.
At back. But you'd been at home 3 weeks, I think, hadn't you? You were nearly ready for going back.
I was in the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been home a fortnight. So we had a week together.
Yeah.
Every day. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Well,
before he went back.
God, that was an hard trip back. Well, that. Could have gone AWOL just like that.
Didn't want to go back, did you?
But I was in enough trouble as it was in army. We're always in trouble for summer.
Oh dear. It were like you were drawn to it like treacle, you know.
They must have been, I make no wonder they got rid of me in the end. They must have been so fed up. Well, in the end, the OC said, I am sick to death of seeing you coming before me. He said, if I see you coming before me again, because that was when I was waiting for my compassionate leave after Pat's mum had died. He says, you can kiss goodbye to your discharge. I was waiting for a compassionate discharge. And I knew that I were in trouble for
something else.
It were on my mind all day what he'd said to me, you know. And I went to, I can't remember what officer's clerk did they call him. Is like his private secretary equivalent in Civvy Street. And I said, can I make an appointment with OC? And he made an appointment for me that day, late afternoon, and I went. And he says, he looked at me and I says, you know, you said you didn't want to see me again. He says, yes. I says, well, you're gonna. Why? And I told him why you were going to see me again. And that's when he says, when can you get a flight out of here? I said, tomorrow. He said, be on it. They were so glad to get rid of me. I was useless. I was useless in Civvy Street as well. No good to anybody.
You were wayward.
The story of my life. Honestly.
Oh dear.
But I survived.
Aye.
Oh well.
All them jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, but Tracy were telling us about someone that at work that had made a specific request because of circumstances. And when it come to applying this request, they didn't. And she was really annoyed. And it just reminded me of the times when I just walked out of jobs when they have or they've not done something that I'd, and I've just walked out.
That time when you worked at Miles's and you said this truck's yours, and you cleaned it all out and got it spick and span.
It was in a right mess, this truck. Yeah.
And you drove it about for quite a while, didn't you?
Yeah.
And always kept it tidy and what have you.
Yeah.
And then you came in one day and it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And you said, "Where's my truck?" He says, "It's not yours, it's ours."
Well, you're not your trucks, Trevor, they're our trucks,
Yeah.
he said.
He said, "I want you to go with them delivering furniture or something."
Well, doing a removal.
Removal.
Yeah.
He said, and Trevor says, "I don't do removals, I deliver."
Yeah.
In my truck.
Yeah. You said that truck were my truck.
And they give it to somebody else, haven't they, that day?
And wanted me to do something else with somebody else. So I says, "No, I'm not doing it." And he says, "Well, you either do it or get off that road." So I just walked out.
Oh, stubborn or what?
Yeah.
I don't know why they couldn't send other fella on removal and you do what he were doing out in your truck. You couldn't understand that either, could you, love?
Well, I suppose when I look back, I did make a lot of mistakes. I'd arrive in in them days, it wasn't like it is now.
No mobiles or...
The people used to have half-day closings in different towns on different days. And I used to arrive in a town to deliver some furniture to a shop, and they'd be closed.
That afternoon.
It'd be their half-day closing, and I'd have to wait until the following morning, and this kept happening. And of course, I suppose I didn't get all the deliveries done they were supposed to get in the time allocated.
And some at delivery, some of them wouldn't take it because there was some kind of damage to it, and then you'd have to take it off at van and
to get to other stuff, then put it back on. Yeah. So all my deliveries from thenceforth, I'd have to keep taking these bits of furniture off that they didn't refuse to accept to get to other stuff.
Put them at back.
Well, it just depends how big they were. Could have been a round table, I don't know. Or it could have been, because one were damaged, they won't accept any of it.
Yeah. Because in them days you had a lot of like Formica stuff.
Well, Fablon,
yeah, just... And
that day when it were a red hot summer, and I arrived with this wardrobe to deliver, and I put my hand up to move it down to the back of the van, and it just folded up in my hand. The glue had just softened, melted, and the Fablon wood grain just crumpled up in my hand.
Oh dear. Some stories, eh?
Yeah.
You don't have. Oh, that time you were in that lay-by, or you were in a car park or something, and you'd stop there for night, and somebody banged on your door, didn't they?
Welland Bucket in a part of London. I've forgotten part of London it was. We were parked up in a lorry park outside Welland Bucket pub.
And you used to sleep in back on?
Yeah.
On a mattress, didn't you?
Well, no.
Or whatever.
Oh.
And he banged on the door and said, "Can you shine your lights into my van?"
Well, you're getting two stories mixed up.
Am I? Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I were in the Welland Bucket pub.
Yeah.
And it was like Tatter's Market in there with lorry drivers. They used to buy and sell all sorts of stuff. And this guy come up to me and he said, "Is that your Miles truck behind, parked up down there behind mine?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "Can you do us a favour and come and shine your headlights into the back of my lorry? It's parked in front of yours." So I says, "Yeah, of course I can." So went out, and this lorry was full of pictures. Some frames and some pictures, with elaborate big gold frames on them. And it was, I don't know what they were doing in the back of there, or watching them messing about with these pictures. And this guy walked away with a few of them, and I saw when the lot back up again, went back in the pub. I said, "What was all that about?" He says,
"You don't want to know, mate."
A bit of buying and selling, you know. They were moving. It was an art studio.
It's attached.
It was an art studio. They were moving locations, and they were just flogging their
paintings. Oh dear.
Well on Bucket in...
What was that?
Oh, what part of London? Bethnal Green. Yeah. Mm.
Anyway, I think we've...
we've overshot us. Too long.
We've
Yeah.
chatted long enough. Haven't we? Yeah.
So bye everybody.
We've kept you all entertained.
Bye everyone.
Bye.